I look at when um when things were kind of snowy here, I would say. I don't know if that was last year or this year. I got to stop drinking the water. And people were coming up there to the high country to ski and different things like that. That had to be last year. Maybe I hadn't drunk enough to not have my recall. People were coming up there, and some would ski, and some would be on the little kiddies, would be on something equivalent to a sled. Now that was okay and fine. You would have to go to their stores and buy their little plastic sleds. Otherwise, I believe that they didn't like that, because once you're up there, you have to buy hot chocolate. You have to buy sometimes gloves if the little kiddies lose their gloves or something. A multitude of things, have to do with you being out there a certain amount of time in weather that you're not really comfortable in, as far as being dressed a certain way. So that went on for a while. Then they had a news bite of how the people left all the broken sleds, and they didn't clean up after their self. Well, hell, it is only because of the quality sled that you sold that you don't want it to last that long, because revenue is important. So you sell the cheapest thing you can, and they hit a bump and it broke. They go back and get another one. You're going to complain that these people left all these broken sleds here and didn't clean up after themselves. Ain't that a bitch? If you're selling a sled or whatever, you're making revenue from that. Can't you take one employee out there to clean up all that shit, because you're making money off of it? So the next year, which is this year, people decided not to pay through the nose and come to your shop and buy hot chocolate. They brought their own. And they brought their own sleds and high quality boards that their kids could have fun with, and left nothing behind. What did you do? You gave them a ticket for parking on the side of the road. Because they didn't come to your shops and buy your cheap little sleds. You gave them a ticket. And this ticket wasn't cheap. You told them that they couldn't park on the side of the road anymore and enjoy the snow that's free for any man on earth. You told them that. You gave them a ticket on top of that. Now, how fair is that? How biased is that? Now, they don't come to your shops and spend money, and by the time they get back to the low country, they're going to spend $100 and $150 per person. Easily. But you got mad. They're trying to save some money and trying to enjoy their families, and they don't have the money to give to you to buy inadequate piece of property or whatever it is, and it lasts 10 minutes, and you're running back to the store buying another one because your kid is crying his ass off because the other kids are enjoying themselves and his sled is broken. So what do? You give them a ticket because they don't need you anymore for parking on the side of the road. If I was those people, and they probably did, I wouldn't darken your door ever again. This is how they are. Every time a person tries to... Now, I know how I was. I worked all week. I choose where I was going to go that weekend if I went anywhere at all, because work never stops. You better be there Monday or you're going to lose your job. These people, well, if you ain't got nothing to do, come to the high country. Hell with the high country. Shit, what do y'all do? Do y'all work at all? Yeah, y'all work. Y'all try to work to pull as much money out of people's pocket as you can. But you can't sit here and rest without some asshole on Channel 3 or other stations talking about, well, if you ain't got nothing to do, go to the high country or some bar. They're the drinkingest people in the world. Won't approve legal marijuana for revenue for the kids' school. That's why the kids dumb as hell. And to go back to this millionaire that I worked for, Steve Dunderlack, in Antioch, Wisconsin. It was a multimillionaire that I got to see Walgreens' siblings' house and houses with waterfalls in the backyard. Their kids were homeschooled, which was smart as hell. They knew about business. They knew about drugs. They knew about nationalities and color. And these kids loved everybody. And they were smart. Look at your kids. You can't even homeschool them because you have no knowledge to contribute to them. So you get somebody from another state to come in and teach your kids. They don't want to be bothered with them neither because they're too far gone. You have messed up your whole generation by begging for fundraisers that you don't appreciate, by doing illegal things and in spite of things. You don't come to my shop, I'm gonna give you a ticket. That damn welcome to Macon County type shit, where you go through a speed trap and they keep you in jail forever. A speed trap. This whole town is a fucking speed trap to try to separate you from your money. Really sad. You have nothing to be proud of in Phoenix. And then these newscasters get on TV and they try to make every event sound like they're going to the Super Bowl, which, when is the last time y'all been to the Super Bowl? And matter of fact, if it wasn't about revenue and their life didn't depend on it, who would mention, I can't wait until next year when the football season starts? Look here. If you didn't win this year, the hell with the football season. And then what they did, since they didn't win no Super Bowls since I don't know when, the 70s or whatever, I don't know when. Then they rally around a high school team. Talking about that they're gonna go to the limit. And of course they didn't get there neither. And then some girl, I really hate to mention this, because any young person, I never want them to feel discouraged. But they make this whole national thing about this girl being a great singer, and she's going to the finals. That girl can sing no better than the wino that I know in Chicago singing over a fire barrel out in the street. But nevertheless, you're supposed to encourage your kids, and like I said, I really hated to mention that, but it is true. When she get there, she gonna really realize that she's not as great as she thought she was, and it's not her fault. It's only the fault of the parents by not letting her see other things and go other places where she knows she has to compete against some kick-ass people. A town of make-believe. A town of smoke and mirrors. a town of bullshit. So I'm always going to be the needle and the thorn in your foot from here on, since I got my $900 phone and not much food in the house, and almost at the end of the, not even at the end of the month. But I make it. I make it like I always do. You know why? I look for challenges and I look for goals and humps to get over. I don't dread them. I look forward to them, because once I get to that point where I don't have to struggle no more, I'm much stronger for it. Look how many times I've sit in a house, not particularly in Phoenix, starving, looking for pennies, too proud to ask anybody for nothing, because they ain't gonna give you shit anyway. I'm trying a hard time to get a movie from my buddy down the street. He sleep when I'm woke, and I'm woke when he sleep. So I'm watching the same movie over and over because I refuse to pay a $700 direct TV bill combined with Century 21. So that's oh man, that you talking about, that's $700 I could use on my next pay period. Boy, I could use that, and I'm going to use it. It's ridiculous to pay that much money to stay in the house to watch TV, and I've been paying bills like that. Not $700 every month for cable. It just came to a head. I'm not paying these fuckers. I don't care. I want to go to court, but it'll never get that far. You put on my credit history, I don't give a shit. I'm 50-something years old. I couldn't give a damn what you put on my credit report. I have an income, and if that's not good for you, you can kiss my ass too. Kawasaki or whatever. That damn motorcycle shop called me the other day, bugging the shit out of me, like my credit was gonna change, like I was gonna sacrifice all my income to pay all my debts. You kiss my ass. But so I love struggling. A lot of times, maybe I do things self-consciously on purpose. I bet y'all don't. You couldn't dream of struggling for anything, because you giving stuff so easily from fundraising that you would probably be like those many people when the stock market crashed, jumping out the window. Y'all would probably go on a South Mountain and jump off of that if you could, if your fortune was lost. I guarantee you. Or if you had to stay out there with them homeless people, they know who you are. They'll probably beat the shit out of you, because you're the ones that put them out there. But that's another story. But yeah, I love struggle. I love starving. I love trying to get to one day to the other. I'm not going to sleep 28 days and wake up like Rip Van Winkle. I'm going to deal with life on life terms every day. Whether I'm hungry, whether I'm sitting here just cleaning up the house, I'm going to do something. That's what gives you character. That's what gives you the strength to go on. I don't know what drives you, being a member of Phoenix, other than fundraisers and how you trick people out of money. But I'm telling you, that is coming to an end. That is coming to an end. All it takes is one person to keep talking about something, and it's like a fly. When you sleep, just when you get to sleep, it buzzes around your ear and wake you up. It pisses you off. That's how I am, and that's how I'm going to be. Just when you think things are all right, I'm going to be that fly that wakes you up at night and buzz around your ears or your nose. Thank you.